Okay, so today we're going to review the Vickers Lite. I don't have a script today, so I guess I'll just maybe go on tangents sometime and not really know what to say, but here we go. So we're going to start comparing the Vickers Lite to the STB1, FE422 and Leopard, which I think are the most similar tanks to the Vickers. So as this is just a review and not really an in-depth video about the tank, I'll try to be as concise as possible. So here we go. The Vickers has probably like the most average DPM compared to the other tanks, which I think are the most comparable to it. However, I think it's one of the most consistent ones. For example, I know like the Leopard has insane DPM and everything, but like the fact that it has less armor and has like a much bigger silhouette and has worse camo, I think makes it a less competitive tank in the sense that you can't average the same impact in every game with a Leopard than with a Vickers, because you can't go hold down, get those sometimes troll bounces, and like although the gun will shine much more on Canal, maybe it'll be much less interesting on Himmelsdorf when you have like kind of a stalemate, you can't break through, you can't go hold down as easily, you'll take some damage if you try to do that. So in those situations, for example, Vickers, STB, FE are the better tanks. And I really want to compare the Vickers to these like other tanks because I think it has a similar playstyle to all of them in the way that it kind of has the STB playstyle in which you can go hold down, and because of that kind of strong mantlet, you can get some bounces, and good gun depression allows you to show just a little part of the turret when you shoot. It's similar to the FE422 in the sense that it has also like hash rounds, which have good penetration and allows you to boost your DPM a lot and have like kind of Leo DPM in some situations, or really smack some lightly armored heavy tanks or medium or even light or TDs, any tank really, in the back with hash. So as you can see, like it has even a better gun than like two of those mediums, which are STB and FE422, gun handling wise, I mean. So good aim time, good accuracy. Sometimes it's a bit trollish though, so I kind of be careful about how I snipe with the tank. I try to snipe only if I have to, and if I can get forwards and get into some advanced position and fight in close quarters combat, I'll do so. I think that is something that the Leopard struggles a lot with, whereas the Vickers and FE422 are much better at doing that. I think the STB and the the STB is a really good farming tank for randoms because it's also like very consistent, a lot like the Vickers, in which you can go hold down, and if it's a stalemate, you can get some shots here and there. And this is a lot less the case with the Leopard and FE, where you need like a kind of all-in engagement to shine. Although the Leopard has the advantage of being able to snipe correctly. So as you can see, like the Vickers has pretty good accuracy. I talked about that. Depression is fine, 10 degrees, everything is great. Speed, I think the Vickers and the Leopard are the best in this category. The Leopards may be a tiny bit faster than the Vickers in some regards because of the terrain resistances, but it's much better than the two other tanks. So on the paper, like it doesn't shine really with anything specific, but I think what makes it really good is the fact that it's flexible enough and decent enough in different areas that you can actually play this tank as a medium tank if you need to, or as a light tank if you need to. It's not really a light tank, it's not really a medium, it's not really necessarily a sniper, it's not really necessarily a brawler, but you can do a bit of everything really. So I think that makes the tank really interesting, even if it doesn't look so good on paper or so amazing. So yeah, I'd recommend going to Blitzstars if you want to see some stats, tank stats, player stats, clan stats. I don't know if you can see some, I've never done this before, but I think we can see some how it's doing right now. So yeah, it has like average win rate. It's not really like amazing in any regard, and it's like in the middle of the pack regarding light tanks. Um, can we see some specific player stats on it? That's the cruiser, that's the light tank 105. So yeah, how do I perform with this tank? I'm doing pretty well myself, I think, right now. I could do better. I think in platoon it's kind of a good tank because you can do a bit of everything and support your teammate when he needs to. So yeah, I'm at 88.89 win rate with it right now. I think I could get to 90, maybe 92 if I played a bit better in platoon. So yeah, right now, big games, not too much. So it's not really like insane at having massive games, but it's consistent in what it does. And as you can see, like, players seem to be doing, like, top players, at least decent players, seem to doing pretty well with it. Nothing much more to say, really. So let's go and see some quick games. I'm trying to lower the sound because it's maybe a bit too loud. I don't know. You'll tell me later on. Please, if you have any questions, address them in the comment section or on Discord, if you know me, or if you have any recommendations for streams. My sound might be a bit off. I hope it won't be too bad, and I'm still looking ways to improve it. So I saved a couple of games, a couple of different ones. So I think, so first of all, I'm playing all my games in platoon right now, so it's not really representative of how you'll do solo in the tank, but I think there are some tips and tricks which are the same, and when you're playing light in platoon, you're not necessarily playing like if you were double heavies in platoon. Sometimes you can play solo even though you're in a platoon, and in this situation it'd be quite interesting to see how it goes. So let's start with kind of a casual farming game, to be honest, with the Vickers. Not really like a tough game, but you can see I think I'm going for the light tank flank at the beginning, but I'm going to change my mind and go to the heavy flank, which is, I think, a good choice in actually many battles. I'm going to get some free shot on the Sheridan probably at the beginning of the game, and he's got a really bad position, so I'm going to take advantage of it and deal with him as quickly as I can. Okay, I'm putting the sound down because I think it's a bit too loud for me. So yeah, I'm trying to deal with him as fast as possible. My teammate Alpha, which is taking the heavy flank right now, I guess he's doing his job. I missed my HE here, unluckily. Nothing really to say about the tank. It's just generally good at farming. I'm spotting targets, obviously, because I'm in the front line. And yeah, you can play this tank front line because if you are smart enough to relocate when you need to, you can just abuse the fact that you can go hold down, relocate when you're getting pushed or before you get pushed, and get into situations where you can deal damage because of your speed. I see I can abuse this Vickers because he has no one covering him. I kill him. I'm going forward to the next target. I don't want to take a shot from this heavy, so I'm trying to be careful. I'm being cheeky, still managed to get the shot off. He shoots. Let's go and finish him. I'm not too worried about taking some damage here because we're winning the game anyway, and I want to deal some damage, and I see they don't have the positions to like really shoot me out, so I'm pressuring. And this is like kind of a very boring and typical game in the Vickers where you're winning, and because of your mobility you can just get into position and deal damage. I don't mind taking any hits because the game is won and I'm just too lazy to go around and lose some time. Like, really nothing amazing in this game, it's just plain farming, not much to say. Casual 5k in like 3 minutes or so. So this is how like an ideal game of Vickers goes. Again, kudos to Alpha for doing a good score. I didn't have to do anything special. I'm just moving in the right places in the right moment. When I see I can deal some damage for free, I just go in. Now I'm going to show you like a bit quick game, but it's a bit more difficult in the way that we're on Fort Despair, which is not really a medium or light map, and we're still going to have a good impact with Alpha. He's going to push the heavy line, and we're going to get into a tough situation where you're going to see our team is losing, and we have to do something to win. And this is where the tank gets kind of interesting. So yeah, this is I like going to this position because you're not really getting into too much trouble straight away. You're getting some free spots, maybe one or two free shots or so, if you have some tanks crossing in the middle or in this area. Right now the other flank is getting pushed by 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks, 2 in the middle, 2 on the corner. And we need to do something. So I was thinking to go to middle, but I think if I go to middle I might get shots out, I might get pushed, and then like it's going to be bad. And our tank's already dead. Alpha's pushing their spawn, which is a good decision, and we need to get stuck in fast because we've already lost the tank and they have some like amazing positions. I'm kind of in crossfire here, so I don't really like this position, but I mean I have to do something. Get a free shot, I'm gonna get spotted because of this. Now I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere, not really a good position, but I'm gonna try to escape it. And now I'm gonna hit Alpha, say the grill shot, and so I'm going to take this opportunity to move in a minute, like just after farming this Jagdpanzer. I'm being cheeky, trying to get some shots in before he shoots me, and he's panicking. I don't know really what he's doing, but I mean it's good for me. And like I knew I was likely to not take the shot, but if you really want to like play pixel perfectly, you don't do what I'm doing right now. But in this situation again we're losing, so we need to do something. The Kranwagen's a bit of a not a very good player, so I have to help my buddy Alpha get some shots off on the E5 so he doesn't die to it. We clear the E5, Jagdpanzer's coming, that's not really where I want to be, so I'm gonna relocate, get behind some bushes and deal with the gorilla, while our team is still struggling and dying. So yeah, as you can see the the Vickers armor sometimes gets some troll bounces. So we're taking advantage of that. We're farming the grill. So now I'm going to make a bit of a misplay. I'm going to miss this critical shot, which I thought I would easily get. And this is going to cost me a lot of HP because I have to finish the grill now. And I'm taking a massive HE shot from the grill, which is like maybe a max roll even. So this was a mistake on my part, which I probably wouldn't have taken that much damage if I had finished the grill on the first shot. Now I'm going to use the terrain to abuse the grill. He can't really get his gun down because he has less gun depression on the front. And he still gets the HE shell on my cupola right here, which is amazing, and even a 400 damage roll. Good for him. Alpha's doing God's work behind, just solo 1v1ing the E50M, which I don't really know what he's doing, but I guess he's messing up. So yeah, we successfully cleared E50M, and now we're going to deal with the Yo. So this was kind of a tense situation, and it was action-packed. We couldn't have messed around like any longer. We needed to have an impact straight away when we saw our teammate was dying. And if we had played this game solo, this would have probably been similar if we had a heavy gone, if a heavy had gone into Alpha's position. He doesn't need to necessarily like kill the E5, but just occupy him long enough for me to kill the gorilla and deal with the TDs. Don't know if I was clear here. Anyway. Next interesting game is this canal game, which I played with Uni. So we're going to go on the first bot on D. I don't really necessarily enjoy going into this position because sometimes if the enemy pushes straight away or is aggressive straight away, you can get caught out and just die. But I'm doing it anyway because I see they only have one kind of quick tank, maybe two with the 50B and a bunch of TDs. So for now it's working. I see the T-52 will get spotted, which is kind of weird. It's a Progetto again. The camo value of light being kind of interesting here because I didn't get spotted by the Progetto like the T-54 did. So now I'm spotting a bunch of TDs. I don't want to stay there. I'm getting out of here, obviously. And there are some tanks capping A, which is kind of weird. So it's a 50B on the Kranwagen spoiler. We're going to go on the STI because he's isolated and we can just kill him off and leave the TDs rolling on the flank and basically being AFK. So we're making AFK those two TDs and killing the ST1 meanwhile. He's going to turn around and put a shot into my teammate T54, I believe. We're gonna, like, the T54 is exposed, so he's gonna go for the T54, like, instead of the hard target to hit, which is me right now. So obviously, try to make yourself as hard as a target as possible. So we are done with that. I'm going for the T50B. By now, we still don't know where the Kronwagen is, so I'm going for the T50B as I know he is probably finishing to clip, so maybe I can get some free shots into him. But when I get there, you're going to see I'm going to spot the 50B, and again, our team's lying on in the flank. We're going to spot the Kronwagen, sorry, and now we can't really go for him. And I don't want to take those Kronwagen shots, and I don't think that's a good position to be in. My team will struggle to support me. We're losing on the other flank. So I'm going to rotate back to the other flank. We see the E3 is kind of in the middle, and the T95 is doing a push play in the middle also, which is really good for us because we're going to be able to kill him, and his team can't do anything about it. And now we're going to split to Hesh, Taichi shells, which is like obviously one of the main features of this tank. Get an engine fire, not even engine fire, just a fire, and he's going to die because the fire is big enough. Now we can focus on the TDs which are in the open. Uni's going to come and help us in a second. We need to kill this E3 quickly, but the project is pushing me first, so I need to kill the project first. 268 is pushing me. Uni's going to shoot into the 268, sorry. Now I need to finish the 268 because he might shoot me and deal a lot of damage. I should finish him. I need to hide from the E3. However, he's turning towards me. I need to get a shot and penetrate this, otherwise I'm going to take another TD shot. I'll take a TD shot. Project is going for my buddy Uni, so now I need to pressure the Project, though he's empty because he just clipped me before, so he's got maybe one shot. I think he's empty right now. I'm going to be able to finish him right now. Nice, and now we have the cap points, but we're kind of low on HP, as you can see, and they're probably full HP-ish. So now we're going to rotate on B and A, trying to make the active play of pushing A and hoping they're not on A and maybe taking B, but they're also doing something and trying to cap C, which is like really bad for us right now timing wise, because that means they all have the points. So I have to go for A. Luckily we spot them, they're both of them on C, so I'm free to take A. Uni is low HP now, so it's kind of dangerous because if they kill him they will probably win, but I mean we don't really have another choice. Luckily we know they're not the best of players because they were like AFKing on like A side for no reason early in the game. And when you're in these kind of situations we have to make assumptions about the players. He's crossing in the open, he shot, he's going to bounce Uni, and Uni's going to have the reload to finish him off before the 50B finds the angle, which is really good for us, and now we're going to not find the Kronwagen, but we win on caps. And what other game could we review that's kind of interesting for Despair Dynasty? So Dynasty, you really want to like spot the middle when you're a light tank, because if you see they have heavy tanks that are likely to cross like A100, you're going to get 1 or 2, 3 shots and some free information. So this was what I'm doing here. We're spotting the T100 LT top. We know our team's going top. Shooting the 100 once. We're going to get a second shot because they're going to go forward, and I'm unlikely to take a shot here because they're on movement, and you know E100 do gun, so it's fine. E100 gun, sorry. We're going to push top because our team's here, and the enemy tanks are most likely not to be all here. STV is annoying, gets a shot into me. So we're going to start pressuring top. Here we have to assume the FE isn't here because he didn't spot me when I went up. and he would have if he was in the bush over there, TD bush. STB spots me though. I know the STB is looking at me, but I'm still going to take the shot. Luckily he doesn't have the reload to deal with me. I'm going to kind of miss my shot here, which would have been a nice HE if I had penetrated it. I see the game's kind of like, the STB's not looking at me too, so it's free shot, but the game's kind of tense right now because they're gonna kill RTD for nothing, and also like FTB dies somehow. STB aims properly, he gets a shot, fair play I mean. Last is in something of a kind of in a tough situation, so I need to pressure and help him kill the Sheridan. He survives this, and now I have the reload to kill the Sheridan. I'm gonna have to pressure straight away the middle because we need to deal with this STB. Enemies have kind of poor positions, but they're killing our team nonetheless, so we need to do something. I'm gonna get on assault in a minute because the 1-2-1 is gonna block me, which is unfortunately gonna make me miss my shell, and he doesn't allow me to back up. So I'm gonna be kind of tilt at this moment, unfortunately, and block him for like 2 seconds because I want to teach him that blocking isn't nice. And I let him go because I'm not interested in blocking him. I actually want to win this game. Last is going to finish the 183. I'm going to focus on something else. So yeah, I happen to be salty at some points. I don't really insult, I don't block people for long at least. But he really annoyed me as I saw the game was close and we really needed to act. And he was just, okay, I'll block you because I want to deal damage. Whatever, man. I want to deal with this STB, but I see like I'm low HP, I can't really deal with him. He might clip me, and he's gonna kill the 268. The 268 luckily gets a shot off gets a shot off into the 100. I'm gonna get my shot off also, and I really need to deal with this TVP, but I don't know. I'm trying to find a way how I could trap him into a position where I'm gonna deal damage to him. Luckily, when he makes a play, he stays in the open. I'm gonna HE him. Luckily, it connects. He gets a nice roll also from last. I'm gonna HE him again. Now he's one shot for me, which is great. Without those HEs, he wouldn't be one shot. I can't get the shot off, unfortunately. And now we're like 2 versus 3, and we have to find a way to deal with those tanks without dying. Obviously, we have the cap points though. I'm gonna miss my shot on the 100. I'm worried the TP will pop and spot me, and the 100 will shoot me, which is exactly what happened. I missed my shot. I'm backing up because I don't want to like tempt fate and get shot by the 100 and lose this game. I'm waiting to be unspotted. E100 shoots. I think the TVP is backing up. I'm gonna miss this shell, unfortunately. I didn't really aim properly. I mean, it happens. So I see the TVP is moving in right now. I think I have a pre-shot, but I didn't notice I had heat loaded, so I'm gonna low roll here. It would have been better if I had like been with APs loaded, obviously. Nothing I can do about it now. I see that TVP is going to go for last, so I'm telling him, TVP is going for you, mate, you have to be careful. We need to kill the C100, so he's distracting him, and I'm going to be able to farm the 100 in the back. I'm going to finish off the 100. I'm kind of worried about the TVP, but I mean, I saw him going for last, so I mean, I need to do something anyway. So I'm dealing with the 100 to tell last. TVP is going for you, man, you need to be careful. Unfortunately, the TP is going to be able to clear last in just a second. I'm still kind of worried right now, obviously. And now I'm going to get into a position where I think I can catch the TP of God. He goes for last, kills him. Not what I was looking for. I'm trying to go for the TP head on, but I realize that that's not maybe the best option because I'm low HP. Maybe I can take a shot in like 8 times out of 10, but I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to take this bush right now. And I'm gonna make 2 mistakes, although this is a good play. So right now, I'm kind of spotting this cross if he crosses here. I'm spotting A if he tries to like get into Ray to camp it back, and I'm also spotting if he comes from the back. But I'm making a misplay. So this misplay is I should be actually looking backwards because he won't spot me if I go if he goes by this road, and that means he won't shoot me, right? But if he comes by the rear, he will spot me and I will spot him, but he will most likely be able to shoot me straight away because he'll be looking at the front where he's driving. So what I'm gonna realize is I'm gonna go forwards into the bush. So actually, I'm not gonna go forwards into the bush, although I could do that. I'm gonna stay in this position so he doesn't spot me if he comes in front. But I'm gonna aim backwards. So if he comes backwards, I will be able to shoot him straight away. From my back, I mean, I will be able to shoot him straight away. And if he goes in front, I will spot him and I have time to turn before he spots me and kill him. And I'm also going to load HE because I know he's a one shot, and that's most likely that it's really likely that my HE is going to be able to kill him wherever I hit on the tank. So that's what I do, and luckily or unluckily, not very exciting, I just wait here and nothing happens, and we win by caps. I don't know if this Dynasty's game is really interesting. Might be. Oh yeah, okay, so here we're gonna pressure straight away the middle. I recommend going to this bush and this area maybe at the beginning, because you have less chances to get shot out by TDs and tanks if you, as opposed to going to the bush, which is here. And also you'll probably spot them going down this road, which is good. We see they're pressuring city with even a projector going straight into cap, which is kind of ballsy, so we need to pressure straight away. And we see they have almost all the tanks in the middle. T-57 pops in this area. I'm gonna try and shoot him. He's clipping, the other one is clipping the silver. We need to clear the T-57s really quickly. He's obviously focusing me, so he misses his shell. I'm gonna pressure straight away because I see my heavies are coming with me. Cliff dive, yes. And now I want my heavies to take the shots for me. He's empty right now, so I'm killing him and pressuring Sabroy. The silver escapes, and I need to deal with the, hopefully with the other T-57, but he's hidden right now. So I'm actually gonna pressure straight away into the enemy tank destroyers and get their back. There we go. I know he shot not long ago, so anyway, I need to take my chances because we're down on tanks right now. We need to do something. Grilla is aiming for me, so I'm gonna take the shot, unfortunately, but I'm getting one back. He has a spore liner, unfortunately, like every Grilla these days. Kind of frustrating, but I mean, it happens. I'm trying to play with the train so he doesn't shoot me, but he's looking at me anyway, so he gets the shot off. I'm getting the shot off. We're trading right now. It's not really a thing I should do, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm kind of stuck into this engagement and I really want to kill him. He misses, luckily for us, and now we see they're pushing behind us, so we're gonna ram this batch at. Really would have preferred to shoot him. They're focusing on the silver, so I'm farming. I could have gotten a headshot here, but I don't. They're really bouncing on him, so this is really giving us a chance to get back into this game. They're not the best of players, so this is also going to help me because right now I'm a one-shot and I should really die. But I've done everything in my power right now to be in the best position possible to win this game. He gets shot because he's in a crossfire from the 50B, and now I'm going to track him, makes him miss a shot. And I'm going to try to play with the Batchat's wreck to avoid his shells. He's not the best of players. I'm also not the best of player right now because I'm missing my shells, which are critical. Yeah, the front will get some bounces if you angle it properly. And now he's kind of hesitating between me and the guy behind me. And I'm going to miss again because I hit the front of the Batchat's gun, unluckily. But we're in a good position to win the game now. I'm worried the Predator will go here, but he isn't interested in going frontally, so I mean I'm safe right now. And we're going to see the Predator going to the spawn soon, and I'm worried I'll die, but I'm going to set a trap for him and just wait here with heat shells loaded because they will go through the front and overmatch the tank, whatever happens, because the Predator can auto bounce shells. So I'm taking this position, and so I'll spot him if he goes from the other side, and I'm ready to shoot this corner if he pops. And 50B taking caps, so luckily he does, and we finish him off. So that's it for the quick Vickers review. I might do some others at some point. Sorry for my English, I'm kind of tired right now. Thanks for watching, and see you next time, I guess. Leave any comments